Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Safrina binti Zamri. My student ID is 2024183001. I will explain on the overview of Bank Islam. First, let's begin with the corporate file. Established on the 1st of July 1983, Bank Islam holds the Islamic distinction of being Malaysia's very first full-fledged Islamic bank, as well as the first pure-play Islamic bank to be publicly listed on the main market of the Bursa Malaysia back in October 2021. What makes Bank Islam unique is its core operational framework. It is deeply guided by Bank Negara Malaysia Value-Based Intermediations or VBI framework. This means their long-term direction isn't just about maximizing corporate profit, but rather balancing financial returns with societal and environmental progress. The vision clearly reflects this, aiming to be the bank that advances prosperity for all by providing solutions that deliver value. To achieve this vision, Bank Islam enforces a value-driven work culture among its workforce, structured by around the acronym TAAT. First, T stands for Think Customers, which means putting clients' needs at the core of their product and digital designs. The first A stands for Act with Integrity, ensuring uncompromising ethical standards. The second is Advance Beyond, which drives constant innovations in Islamic finance. And finally, the last T stands for Take Charge, which encourages personal and corporate accountability across the entire team. Next, moving on to the business operations. Bank Islam operates an extensive ecosystem. They deliver end-to-end financial solutions across retail, commercial, and institutional portfolios. This commercial side is strongly supported by specialized subsidiaries like BIMB Investment Management for ethical fund management and BIMB Securities, which was the nation's first full-fledged Islamic stockbroking firm. In terms of delivery, they bridge the physical and digital worlds seamlessly. They have a massive physical footprint of about 135 branches and 900 self-service terminals, complemented by their digital application, Go by Bank Islam. But what truly highlights their VBI philosophy is their social finance engine. Through platforms like Sadaqah House and the iTakat program, Bank Islam blends commercial finance with Islamic social tools like Zakat and Wakaf, which allows them to provide crowdfunding, microfinancing, and financial training to unbanked and marginalized communities. Finally, let's review the bank financial performance. Bank Islam demonstrated incredibly strong structural growth, successfully concluding its 5-year LEAP 25 strategic blueprint. A major milestone was achieved when the group officially crossed the 100 billion asset mark, closing at 104.1 billion. Looking at the earnings, the bank achieved a total revenue of 5.09 billion that drove the profit before zakat and tax to 773.1 million, resulting in a solid final net profit of 571.1 million. Strategically, the bank expanded its baseline beautifully while managing to maintain a steady and competitive return on equity of 7.6%. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, I will explain the risk management process of Bank Islam. Bank Islam follows a structured risk management process that consists of 3 main stages. First is risk identification, second risk assessment and measurement, and the last one risk monitoring and reporting. This process helps the bank identify, evaluate, and manage risk effectively while ensuring its operation remains stable. The first stage is risk identification. At this stage, the bank identifies potential risks that may arise from its business operation, financial activities, technology, and external market conditions. Early identification allows the bank to respond to risks before they become more serious. The second stage, risk assessment and measurement. After identifying the risk, the bank evaluates the likelihood of each risk occurring and the potential impact on its business. Based on this assessment, the bank determines the appropriate risk management strategies and implements suitable control measures, such as strengthening internal controls, improving cybersecurity, enhancing credit assessment procedure, and preparing contingency plans to minimize the risk. The final stage is risk monitoring and reporting. The bank continuously monitors and identifies risks and regularly reports them to management and the board of directors. This ensures that the existing risk controls remain effective and that any new or emerging risks can be addressed promptly. Overall, this structured risk management process helps Bank Islam make informed decisions, maintain financial stability, and strengthen its operational resilience.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. My name is Famila Binti Muhammad Nasir. My ID student 20249657. Now, I will be presenting session 4.0 Analysis of Measure Risk Faced by Bank Islam Malaysia BERHAD. Based on the Bank Islam Annual Report 2024, the bank identifies several key risks that may affect its business operations and performance. The first risk is credit risk, which occurs when customers fail to repay their financial obligation. This may affect the bank profitability and asset quality. The second is market risk, which arises from changes in profit risk, foreign exchange rate, and market price that may impact the bank earnings. The third risk is liquidity risk, which refers to the inability to meet financial obligations when they become due. Bank Islam manages this risk by maintaining sufficient liquidity reserves. In addition, the bank faces operational risk which may result from failures in international processes, people, systems, or international events. Another important risk is technology and cyber risk. As digital banking continues to grow, cyber threats and data breaches remain major concerns for the bank. Bank Islam also monitors Sharia law, not compliant risk, regulatory and compliant risk, and climate-related risks to ensure sustainable, and responsibility banking operation. Overall, Bank Islam has implemented various mitigation measures to manage this risk and maintain financial stability. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Kuna Farzana binti RUSLAN. Analysis Risk Management Practice. Credit Risk. Impact. Lower profitability and asset quality. Mitigation. Credit policy and monitoring. Status stable. Market risk. Impact profit and capital fluctuation. Mitigation. Stress testing and monitoring. Status is increased. And last, liquidity risk. Impact, higher funding costs. Mitigation, liquidity buffer and contingency plan. And last, status is stable.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nura Ainumaira binti Muhammad Zamiza. My student number is 2024934583. I would like to talk about the key of the session and the 2026 outlook. May I explain a bit the key of the session? This is a summary of the most important finding or insight from the analysis of Bank Islam Malaysia BERHAD. It highlights what the bank is currently facing, such as the risks, challenges, strengths, and the opportunities based on the performance strategy. And the environment, in other words, is the big picture takeaway from the report. And that for the 2026 outlook, these are referred to the forward-looking perspective, what is expected to happen in the near future, especially by the year 2026. It includes prediction or projection about the risks, opportunities, and the bank overall position in the industry. It's the intention the future scenario based on the current strength, strategy, and the challenge here. So in the simple term, the key of the session is about what we see now, while 2026 outlook is about what we expect to see in the future. Now we focus on the key of the session and the 2026 outlook for the Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad. First, under emerging risks, the bank faces a rising cybersecurity threat related to digital banking, climate-related export from the global low-carbon transition involving regulator demand in the ESG and the Sharia compliance, and the percent geopolitical uncertainty that could disrupt market. Next, then the key challenges include the intensifying competition from the conversion banks and fintech players, higher customer expectation from the similar digital service to meet to the balanced operation inflation with a cost control and the difficulty in retaining talent in the fintech risk management and ESG. Next, despite this challenge, there are strong opportunities for growth. Bank Islam can expect digital innovation through the platform like a BU and the Go Mobile, pursue regional expansion across the Asia, strengthen green financial for renewable energy project, and the enhance Islamic social finance through zakat, wakaf, and the crowdfunding initiative. Finally, look at the risk outlook for the 2036. Credit and liquidity risks are expected to remain manageable. Market volatility and the required close monitoring, technology and the cyber threat with demand continuous investment. Climate risks will be integrated more strongly into the financial decision, and the regulator compliance with the remain a challenge but a support by the bank's strong government forward. In a conclusion, Bank Islam is well positioned to face 2026 with the resilience by managing risks, overcoming challenges, and the sizes opportunities in the digital innovation, sustainability, and the regional expansion. Thank you.
Conclusion. Bank Islam recorded a net profit of RM557.24 million for the 2025 financial year, a decrease from previous period due to higher overhead, impairment, allowance, and finance costs. Despite lower profit, the group achieved a revenue growth of RM5.9 billion, up from RM4.7 billion in 2024, demonstrating resilience and strong institutional and retail banking performance.